High School, and Kolomasa will get a new tertiary technical education institution will be established. At the higher education level, this is what President Mahama has done for the people of Savannah and Damongo. And Reverend, you bear testimony. You visited Excellency John Dramani Mahama with Reverend Name and made a strong appeal to him about a stronger collaboration between the Catholic Church and the state and government. President Mahama gave you his word that he will establish the first ever University for Science and Technology in collaboration with the Catholic Church in Damongo here. Accordingly, President John Dramani Mahama have dedicated $30 million US. Hear this. Only few individuals and only few statesmen will be this magnanimous. President Mahama, on his visit to China, got support for $30 million US equivalent in the Chinese yuan. President Mahama said, I'm dedicating this as seed money for the establishment of the University of Science and Technology. As I speak to you, President Mahama is reaching out through the Minister for Finance for an application to Badia and to the African Development Bank for an additional concessionary financing of $100 million US to support the completion of the University of Science and Technology in Damongo. Let me now conclude with basic education, which is now very dear to the heart of the President. And President Mahama is realigning and investing more in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Tinga got the best school ever to be built in that part of the country with one infrastructure housing 36 classroom blocks. If a child starts from kindergarten, he would be seeing off and graduating from senior high school from the same building. President Mahama have dedicated that to the people of Tinga. In the matter of scholarships, the GET Fund this year, in its formula, allocated an amount of $320 million for scholarships. It is the request of the President through the Ministry that the $320 million be disbursed in conjunction with what he has established, the new Ghana Scholarship Authority, whilst he worked to address the outstanding difficulties of Ghanaian students abroad. So, to you in the Savannah region, President Mahama is not only looking within, he is leading a holistic national development of our country. And he has demonstrated that resetting the economy, resetting infrastructure, and more importantly in the coming days, he will reset our governance with enormous amendments and review to the Constitution and other administrative and legal laws of Ghana to strengthen Ghanaian institutions and to deepen accountability. So once more, I want to thank you. And then to the senior high school students here, you know that under President Mahama, there is no food shortage and no school will be closed down because the GES is struggling to supply food. We have supplied through GET Fund, through the Ghana Commodity Exchange, and through buffer stock. Adequate food provision have been made till the end of year for the beginning of the academic year. I thank you for the listening audience.
Thank you very much, Honorable Haruna Yusuf, for that crisp report on education. The Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo is Minister for Energy and Green Transitions. He will come up briefly to update us on the energy situation. Let us welcome him with a big round of applause.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you. Your Excellency, let me stand on existing protocols, but let me say, entre to my colleagues here, Mr. Akma, Benyatre, Burabi, Akma now, Tuma Cabre, Debo, Kosaka, Bedranya to Konobu Yabu Mafakashira, Sefakashira Kawala, Home for La. Fakashira Bawala, Batuna. John Mahama bala brakato kabre akmo kushunwe na nyishun savannah bofulso. Fomanta savannah region Ghana keke pen president Mahama bana access rate kadala about 48%. Kabre pen ayo nama komso yo 68%. Pen ayo now kabre anamba Funiba wakalibuna sempa kwa nenyekwa. Also President Mama Sanya approval contractor temba woro survey workers kama. Boki anyo mkanga fula nyo. Boki anyo baka feto contractor na bemba fara electrification the whole Savannah region. Kubong kama nyense benyade. Anyenta access rate na enyo 90% from 68% to 90%. Come on now, long keke. And so the people of Ghana, despite the enormous challenges that we inherited, when we assumed office, the debt stock for the energy sector was over 80 billion. In 1 year, we paid $1.4 billion to reduce the debt. IPPs were receiving 42% of the money. In 2024, 900 million was declared in the cash waterfall mechanism. Last month, we moved it from 900 to 2.1 billion declared in the cash waterfall. AXA, Car Power, all of them were receiving 42%. You can check from them. Last month, we gave them 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. That is the mark of good leadership. And so we are investing heavily in the energy sector. And we are diversifying the energy sector. In this school, next month we are coming here and we are replacing your street lights with solar street lights so that they will bright all the time. And it's going to happen in all the schools. We realize that one of the major problems that confronts you is the burning of firewood for cooking. And so Mr. President has approved it, Finance Minister has approved it. We are going to bring you large-scale LPG usage so that you can cook using LPG in the schools. We are not just doing that. Most teachers do not accept postings, nurses do not accept postings in rural communities because of electricity. And so even as we are intensifying the electrification access rate, we've come up with a new rooftop solar system. And so we are going to register teachers, nurses, and other government officials who accept to go to deprived communities. And next month, when we register you, we'll put a solar system on your rooftop. We give you battery, we give you TV, we give you refrigerator, we give you music system, we give you a fan in order to encourage you. That is what we mean by intervening to cushion the people. And I know that with all these interventions, it will lead to economic activity. In the petroleum sector, for 5 consecutive years, petroleum production has been declining. Let me assure the people of Ghana under President Mahama, this year, petroleum production is not going to decline. It's not just going to plateau. It's going to pick up and start rising again so that we get more petroleum resources and get money for you people. Ladies and gentlemen, the energy sector is a difficult sector. But I can assure you that under President Mahama, we are turning the energy sector around. We are making it more resilient. And if you check the records from 2024 and check the records for 2025, the records will bear me out that the sector is seeing an uptick. We've signed an MOU with ENI. They are going to spend $1.5 billion in the oil sector. As if that is not enough. We've signed another MOU with the Jubilee partners. They are going to spend $2 billion in the oil sector, which will create jobs for you people, so that when you leave school, you can get employment. Farming is a major activity. And so what we are doing in partnership with the Ministry of Agri is to put solar pumps on our river bodies and our streams, so that in the dry season, you don't need to buy a generator or buy petrol or buy diesel to pump water for dry season farming. All you do is that in the afternoon, you switch in the solar will pump the water, and then you can engage in all year-round farming, make more money, buy whatever you need, so that you can produce more for the people of Ghana. This is innovative thinking. This is how we resolve problems. And I know that under His Excellency President Mahama, the energy sector, by the time we get to the end of our administration, you will see a much improved, a healthier energy sector, an efficient energy sector that serves you better. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without taking too much of your time, let me assure you that the days of prolonged outages will not happen under President Mahama. We are determined to deal with all the problems we inherited, and the record shows that we are doing very well. Benyasa Nkushunga, Abora Sanyo Konokole, Abora Nefa President Mahama, and Yerumun Sanye, and Banyana Malamo Kamala. Ahalufuni PB Balakowa, Feta Monanche. Sankana Bishop Nipi Kalusua, come up with a Monansolanta Munita and a woman. I'm sorry, His Excellency President Mahama. Anyeka Kochura Safaga, Atru Burebi, Atru NDCB, Atru Savannah region. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo. We will move on swiftly to the youth development and empowerment sector. And to take us through what President Mahama has been doing in that regard, please let us welcome the Honorable George Opare Ado, who is Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, colleague ministers present, traditional authorities, members of the clergy, good afternoon. At the heart of the reset agenda is youth development. The whole focus of reset in Ghana is mainly emphasized on how young people can take center stage in this government. One of the first things His Excellency President Mahama did was to establish a ministry solely for youth development. Previously, issues of young people were footnotes in other ministries. But because of the demographics, President Mahama decided that a ministry that will focus on youth development must be established. And it was one of the first ministries he established. He put 4 main agencies under that ministry. And 2 of those agencies have young men from the Savannah region heading those agencies.